Hello everyone and welcome to the very first video about Next.js and our new generator with Yeoman. With this new generator, and thanks to Next.js of course, we will put together the best practice in terms of backend development that we did with plain Node.js and restlessness based on the serverless.com framework and architecture, and from the other side with React.js, all the front-end part that we developed exploiting the Create React app tool to bootstrap single-page applications. To go through all possible features and Next.js amazing stuff, my idea is to create a template project. Why not trying to recreate our own Getapper.com website? Getapper.com right now is this website. This is how it looks and feel. It is just a simple website created with Gatsby. So with Next, instead, we will try to have again the control on the data, and of course all the front end, thanks to Next, it will be also server-side rendered. So from a SEO point of view, of course, it will be quite well optimized. So let's go back to GitHub and let's create our Getapper NextJS project. Okay, I just cloned the new project and now I'm opening it with WebStorm, that is the IDE that I'm using by default. We can immediately start and invoke the very first command that we created, that is yo for Yeoman GNext app. Thanks to this command, we will actually bootstrap our project with Next.js using a TypeScript template. Perfect, the project is created, and if we open here in the inspector, we can see that some folders like pages, public, and styles have been created, and there are, of course, a package.json, the node modules folder, a readme, and also a TypeScript configuration because we specified to Next CLI command to create the project with TypeScript support. Now, the second thing that we want to do is to invoke the very first customized command with our generator, that is yo GNext pkg for package core. With GeNYG, we are actually dealing with packages. So we preferred this architecture based on packages, and every time that we want to use a feature inside our project, we will install the package needed before, and then we can use specific commands. We have to confirm some overwrites because some of the files like the gitignore or the slint configuration, but also the next configuration file will be overwritten with a specific content created by our generator. So here you can see that we already added much more folders, like a components folder, a lib, models folders first of all. We also created here a couple of environment files that will be useful during the development and the testing of our Next.js project. And here we can see the first GeNYG configuration file where we specify the version. So this will be important for future releases if, let's say, we bootstrap a project with GeNYG version 1 and then we create a version 2 that has some breaking changes. Before applying the new commands, we can check what was the version that the project has been bootstrapped with, and then let's say giving our users a feedback. So we can ask them if they want to upgrade their project to the latest version, or if they just want to suspend the current action, and so on. Right now the configuration file is quite easy. We just have the version number and a packages object with some keys where each key corresponds to, let's say, a different package. So in this case we are core. We have core with the true flag. That means that it is already installed, and the presence of these files, it's already assigned that the package core has been installed. MUI, that stands for Material UI. SPA, that stands for Single Page Application Support. Translations, and the MongoDB packages. We also have other configuration files, so we also overwritten the next configuration file with these rewrites that we will see. It will be much useful when we want to add a single page application to our project. And we have some files for Prettier, just to make our code looks better. Lint stage that will help us to run Prettier whenever we are adding new files and pushing them to GitHub. Then we have this tsconfig backend file. This is a TypeScript configuration file that we use specifically to, let's say, compile tasks. Tasks are, let's say, scripts that we want to run outside of the Next.js website experiences. So, I don't know, they can interact with the database, create mock data and stuff like this. So we want to compile them differently and distribute them differently inside our application, respect to what Next is already doing when it runs or builds our application. Let's see now what's inside the npm scripts. So with WebStorm we have this shortcut to check the script inside our package.json. So we have the dev command to start, of course, the development experience. We have the build command to build our application, and then we will see what does it mean this for next. The start command, so once the application is built, if we want to run on a server, on hosting, we should run this command. Then we have a lint command that will run actually slint to check for code issues and stuff. The tsc that will actually run the TypeScript with the Next.js configuration, TypeScript configuration. So it will be a type check on all our project, front-end and back-end. And then we have a specifically TSC back-end that is just to type check and compile only the, let's say, back-end files, including our tasks. And of course, we have also a test that will actually run all the unit tests or end-to-end tests that we will put in place. So let's try to run the dev command, and Next.js starts really fast. Let's open the localhost 3000 port, that is the default, and we are in the welcome to Next.js page. Next.js works with pages, so it means that the structure of folders and files that we have in our pages root folder, it will be the same that as it will appear in the website. So, for example, pages index tsx is the file rendered in the home page. And if we add a new folder to pages, like, I don't know, news, and we create an index file, then navigating to localhost 3000/news, we will actually show the component inside that page. So again, this is the index file of our pages, so it corresponds to the root URL of our domain, so in this case localhost 3000 without anything else. And if we go to modify here the title, like Getapper website, then I save, and if I go back here, then we can see that the title of our page changed to Getapper website. This is a special, let's say, component in Next, that is the head component, and thanks to this we can actually modify the meta tags of our websites. So we can specify the title, the description, the favicon, and so on. Instead, here we have the code specific that is displayed. So we can write here, welcome to Getapper, and if we save and we go back here, we can see the UI updated. So just to recap this very first lesson, we saw how to actually bootstrap a new project with the GeNYG next app command, and how to bootstrap the GeNYG configuration files and folders with the GeNYG next package core or pkg-core command. So of course we will launch these two commands just once per each project. In the next video we will add more packages like the material UI or the single page application one, and we will start to create the architecture and let's say look and feel of our Getapper new website. Stay tuned.